Good afternoon, Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. Welcome to the Slip Punches Show. We're here with our special guest, welterweight from Tampa, Florida, Sammy Valentin. Hurricane Valentin, 13 wins, 1 loss. Sammy, how you doing today?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Getting ready.
Sammy's getting ready next week. He is going to fight in the JCC Center in Tampa, Florida, off of Armenia in the main event for the WBO Latin title. Sammy, how you feel about this fight coming up, and talk about this training camp. Is it any different from any other camps? And I'm sure as you're growing, you learn more.
Right, like I always say, it's always about progression. You know, in each camp, I feel like I've progressed so much more. I've had a lot of bumps in the road, but this camp, I feel like we really put in a lot of work, you know, through the technique for, you know, improving the skills and really taking a step back and focusing on that versus all the conditioning. We never leave the conditioning out of the picture, but a lot of technique, implementing a lot of new things, and a lot of things that complement my style. You know, being versatile, being ambidextric. You know, really just implementing a lot of new things that I know I can do that I just never put in a lot of time to.
You know, your last fight, you executed very well. The pressure was great.
Right.
You're wearing the strap again. What are your thoughts of having that opportunity and knowing you're a hungry fighter? Talk about your hunger.
Well, it's always been in my plans and in my dreams to make it to the top. So I'm not gonna let, you know, all the bumps in the road and all the obstacles really stop me from moving forward. I'm gonna continue to press forward no matter what comes my way, and you know, I give all glory to God for that, because you know, just continuing to press forward, it's really what it's about, and becoming better, learning from everything, whether you win or lose. You know, you learn from it and become a better fighter, and in everything you do, becoming a better person. And I feel like I've really taken that into consideration. You know, after the Santillan fight, coming right after that, I knew it was just some, you know, careless mistakes I made in that fight. You know, it was not to say that, you know, I wasn't any better. It was just mistakes that needed to be fixed. And a lot of things in the camp that needed to be fixed, and things that needed to be added or taken away. And that's exactly what we did. You know, we went back to the drawing board, and we brainstormed, and we, you know, came up with a strategic plan to grow from there. And that's what has been most important in this camp, and the strongest factor of this camp is really just focusing on utilizing the skills that I know I have.
This camp has been very serious. You've brought in guys, really elite fighters to work with and spar with. Falcoa, so many different guys that have come to the table to work with you. Talk about that focus and that drive that you've been having, and what does this fight mean to you next Friday?
Well, when it comes to the sparring factor, that is something that we have always talked about doing, and I'm glad we were able to really put into perspective this time around. And that goes back to what I said about implementing all the skills and the technique. We got top-notch sparring to be able to hone those skills, not just wait until the fight to hone those skills, which is, I mean, it's a given. That's a, you know, no-brainer. That should be, you know, a part of your camp. But finally utilizing that and actually taking the steps to do that is really, you know, it's reassuring, and just the focus in the ring with someone that has that level of skills, and to know that holding my own and I'm actually utilizing the skills and all the new things I'm implementing. It feels really good to know that I can do it, you know, and I can utilize those skills whenever, you know, just on demand. Being able to resort to the technique that I know I've always had. But what I needed was a wake-up call to take a step back and actually, you know, show what I really have. Show that I'm more than just a pressure fighter. That I can use the ring, that I can box, that I can think, that I can outthink the fighter that's in front of me, and utilize the skills. And through the experience, it'll get better and better, and I'll continue to hone and master those skills.
Fighting on this stage, Telemundo, this Friday with All-Star Boxing. What are your thoughts? Give a shout out to All-Star Boxing for giving you, again, this opportunity to fight in the main event.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, they're we've always had, good communication, and it's a team, and they're really awesome guys, and that we continue to, press forward, and we still have a plan to continue to move forward and make it to the top, and we're going to keep moving and pressing forward. And I also want to thank, so all the sponsors that I have, especially Extreme Body Fitness, man. They've helped me out with a lot of products, to really focus on my recovery and taking care of my body and what I really need. And my corner, especially Anthony Vasquez and Gary Nagel and JC Vargas and all the people in my corner, my father, and even though he's always there still, I know he's always here. So he's always helping me, he's always there, and he always has the insight and oversees everything, and it's good to still have him a part of everything. And it really keeps everything together. We have a great team. And we've been able to work on a lot of new things and implement a lot of new things, and we're all about progression, communication. So it's really strong, and just having the wife that I have, the family that I have, the friends that I have that keep me focused, keep me driven, and all the people that I have that keep me close to God and keep my eyes focused on where I'm headed. Never losing focus. Always continuing to press forward. It's just the most important thing.
Well said, Sammy. Sammy, the welterweight division. We know you're lock and load and you're very focused on your fight coming this Friday. But sum it up in your own words. Give us your thoughts of when you look at the Spencers and the Thurmans and the welterweights right now that are on top competing, and you're pretty much knocking on the door. What are your thoughts of these fighters, and where exactly, if you would have a blink of an eye, which would be the fight you would want?
Really, it's about the first one. First one comes because you have to go through everybody. You have to go through all the greatest fighters, everybody that's in line, all the contenders. You have to, like I've said before, you gotta fight the best to be the best. So it's really about whatever chance we get, without desperation, knowing, again, going about it with a plan, strategically. We still have our sights for the top. So all those fighters are great fighters, and I'm looking forward to the day to being up there and really being in the ring with top-notch fighters like that, and being able to show what I have, and even learning throughout the process to being better than I ever have, and being the best of the best. And that's what I look forward to being, and looking forward to accomplishing.
It looks like Terrence Crawford might get that opportunity this April against Horn.
Right.
And it looks like a fight that'll really happen in the next couple of years. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts of that?
I think it'll be a fight. There was a lot of controversy, with the Jeff Horn fight in Pacquiao, and I just feel like someone like Terrence Crawford that has a lot of versatility, to his style, and again, being ambidextrous is something I'm working on, achieving as well. And it goes a long way. I think it's going to be a great fight, and I believe I see Terrence Crawford taking it. He just seems to have a much heavier skill set. He has a good sized arsenal, that he can resort to and change it up and switch it up. And I think that'll really go a long way in that fight.
It's going to be interesting to see him at 147.
Absolutely.
So Sammy, give a shout out to your fans, and how can the fans out there follow you?
Well, I'm going to first thank you guys, man. Thank you for all of your support and, always backing me up and always being there with me. It really means a lot, and it's humbling. And you can follow me on Facebook. I'm on Hurricane Sammy Official, and also on Instagram and Twitter, same names, Hurricane Sammy Official. And I'll definitely be a lot more looking forward to putting a lot more out there, a lot more videos, being more active in social media. I have a lot of big plans, and I'm working on a lot of things that we're going to be doing for the future, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for this climb, and I'm excited for the journey. Thank you.
Welterweight Sammy Valentin, we thank you for this interview, and we'll see you fight night next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sammy.
You are listening to the Slip Punches Show with your host, Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports, your boxing champions.